The late news at 11 starts with breaking news.
Thanks for meeting me for the late news. I'm Marlisa Goldsmith. We've got two breaking stories for you tonight at 11. A man was shot and killed by an officer in Orange County. But first, a man who shot at a teenager walking to school was put in cuffs.
What's your name?
Oh, unlock your door, sir. Sorry.
What's your name?
I just told him my name, sir.
What is it? What is it?
You gotta pull. You pulling me one way. I don't have a weapon, bro.
Daytona Beach police say Willie Richardson shot an 18-year-old in the leg around 9 o'clock this morning. The teen was on his way to school. Officers spent hours looking for a suspect. Richardson is charged with discharging a firearm from a vehicle, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, and possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. The teen was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Now to that other breaking news story tonight. Roads have reopened in the last 15 minutes after one person was shot and killed by police in downtown Orlando. This happened near Orange Avenue, just south of the 408. Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie is live there tonight. So Hannah, what's the scene looking like right now?
Well, Marlisa, this is really all that's left of the scene. Just a few law enforcement vehicles behind me right now, one of which is actually being loaded onto a tow truck and taken away. Now, this all, of course, following the officer-involved shooting, which happened just before 6 p.m. tonight. According to Orlando Police Chief Eric Smith, the suspect had warrants for attempted murder and aggravated stalking. Chief Smith says this all started after the tag on the vehicle that he was in came back as stolen. When officers pulled that suspect over and got out of their car, the suspect fired a shot. The chief says one of his officers returned fire, killing the suspect. And as per protocol, FDLE is now investigating. It's important to note no officers were hurt in this shooting, and the suspect hasn't yet been identified. When we asked about the attempted murder charges as well as the stalking charges that the suspect was facing, we asked for more information on that. The chief declined to elaborate, saying that was from a case out of Orange County. Marlisa, I'll send it back to you.
Hannah, thanks so much. This police officer view shows an alleged fugitive drug dealer taken down by Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley. You can even hear a deputy offer to take care of a suspect's bicycle while he gets taken off to jail. Take a listen.
Let's take your bike back to the house.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll put it on the back of the truck. And if you want to take it over to the truck, we'll put it on there in a second.
The sheriff's office says Operation Heartbreaker has seized enough fentanyl to kill nearly 90,000 people. Murder charges have now been filed in the case of Madeline Soto. It's a story that took over our air for more than a week as she was reported missing and then her body was later found in the woods. This is Stephen Stearns. He's sitting in jail tonight accused of killing the 13-year-old. He's the boyfriend of Maddie's mom. Manny Martinez is live in Osceola County tonight with a reaction to these new charges. So, Manny, what'd you find out?
Well, Marlisa, we're here at the memorial, and we'll show you what it looks like now as some people came out here and they told us that they were here to just take it all in because the news today was bittersweet. We did reach out to Maddie's family for reaction. They declined an interview, but Maddie's aunt released this statement reading, "We trust that the prosecutors and detectives are working diligently to bring justice for Maddie, and we continue to ask for privacy during this incredibly difficult time." We also received this statement on behalf of Maddie's father and stepmother, Tyler and Tatiana Wallace, saying Maddie's passing has left them shattered, but their resolve for justice remains unwavering. And then we spoke with a family friend, the one who tends Maddie's roadside memorial here. She called the news here a mixed bag of emotions.
It represents a big win because finally we have murder charges, but it's just the beginning.
And Esquivel, who you just heard from, says she's hoping and praying for justice here in this case. Marlisa.
Manny, I know we reached out to Maddie's mom, Jen. Did we get a response from her today?
No, as a matter of fact, we did not. Our call did not even go through. The number that we have on file from previous interviews that we've done with her seems to be disconnected, Marlisa.
All right, Mandy, thanks for staying on top of this for us. A Volusia County father is recovering from being punched in the face while fighting off a suspected dog snatcher. And police say the suspect even grabbed the man's son to try to stop him from calling for help. Patrick Perez is live outside the Daytona Beach Aquarium tonight, where most of this happened. Patrick, just shocking details.
Yeah, really shocking and disturbing, Marlisa. This father told me that he and his son, along with their husky, were walking in the area here near the aquarium when he says this man just starts yelling at him, and that's when things took a turn, and that man went after their dog. I want to show you who this man is. According to police, this is 46-year-old Andrew Burnett. The father, Efren Ramirez, says Burnett snatched the leash out of his hands during the encounter. His 4-year-old son ran to the entrance of the aquarium for help, all while Ramirez was getting punched in the face. According to an arrest report, once the boy got to the entrance, Burnett grabbed him by the back in an attempt to keep him from getting help. A quick-thinking employee who witnessed it jumped over the counter, pushed Burnett out of the door, and locked it behind him. Ramirez is thankful for the employees and police.
The community at the Daytona Aquarium, they did wonderful. Daytona police, apprehended the guy, and I thank God that I'm safe and the boy is safe.
And so is the dog. I'm told that the dog is doing okay tonight. As for the suspect, he's facing several charges, including child abuse and battery. Officers suspect that he was under the influence, Marlisa.
Patrick, thanks so much. I-4 was shut down for hours this afternoon after an Army Humvee crashed and rolled onto its side. This is video of this incident right here. 2 soldiers were hurt and one of them needed to be pulled out. The crash shut down the entire eastbound half of I-4 during rush hour traffic, then was opened and closed again for a few hours. We're still waiting to learn what exactly caused the Humvee to bank a hard right and crash on its side along the shoulder there. A large military tow truck did eventually haul the damaged Humvee away, and after a few hours, all lanes of I-4 opened back up. We'll be sure to update you as soon as we learn the victim's conditions. And we're taking a live look at iDrive tonight. Check this out. Everything lit up in the tourist district because, of course, you know the fun doesn't stop in Central Florida just because the sun goes down. Meteorologist Noah Berggren is joining us now. So, Noah, what's the wake-up weather going to be looking like?
Very crisp, Marlisa. It's because the humidity's so low. It's going to feel really, really nice. I'm sure you guys have felt it the last few days, and that will continue. These are the air temperatures tomorrow: 55 or so Ocala, Gainesville, 59 Bithlo, 58 DeLand, 61 around the theme parks tomorrow morning, 62 in Melbourne, and 59 in New Smyrna Beach. If you are hitting the theme parks tomorrow, grab the sunglasses and a hat. It'll be a beautiful day once again. High 80s, mostly sunny. Inland areas, beaches, probably closer to 80. Rain chances for Central Florida, 0 for about the next week and a half. But this 10% you see here, that's exclusively only for the immediate East Coast beaches, where there could be a sprinkle or a shower that comes in off the Atlantic both Friday and Saturday afternoon. So I'll talk to you much more about the long-range forecast at the end of the newscast. Marlisa.
We'll see you then, Noah. Daytona Beach police are looking for this girl, 13-year-old Olivia Resendez. She was last seen at an apartment complex on Rip Collins Drive in Daytona Beach, wearing pink sweatpants and a white T-shirt. If you recognize this girl, please contact Daytona Beach Police or call Crime Line. Well, we're in the business of keeping you informed and not wasting any of your time. So with that in mind, here are a couple stories happening across the country that you'll want to know about before bed. A 74-year-old woman faces charges for armed robbery, but she says that's not the whole story, and she's actually a victim of a scam. Listen to this. Ann Mayers lives in Ohio. Police say she robbed a credit union with a gun. Officers showed up at Mayer's home and found the gun she used in her car. Her family says she only robbed the credit union because she was scammed into sending money to an unidentified person. Now police are looking into those claims. Mayers faces charges including aggravated robbery with a firearm. And college campuses are erupting with protest over the U.S.'s financial aid to Israel. They're happening from the East Coast to the West Coast and everywhere in between. Law enforcement made hundreds of arrests over the past few days on campuses like Columbia, New York University, and even today at the University of Texas. Some campuses switched to online learning because of all the violence. Jewish students say they are being targeted. Esther Bauer found out that's why one Florida lawmaker wants students to be able to carry guns on campus.
Expose, divest, violent college protests erupting all over the country on college campuses.
There will be hell to pay when I get to the legislature next year.
State Representative Randy Fine says because of these protests, he wants to arm college students with guns.
Many of our universities aren't interested in protecting the safety of Jewish students, so we need to make sure they can protect themselves.
Fine says students need protection because protests on the Israel-Hamas war are getting dangerous, and parents agree.
I have friends whose children attend Columbia and have gone home based on recommendations that the campus environment is not safe.
Tally Dippold is the Chief Executive Officer of the Holocaust Memorial Center. She joined Good Day Orlando on Wednesday morning, saying free speech and protesting is always allowed on college campuses. But what's happening right now is different.
But what is not okay that's going on campuses is students feeling unsafe and having individuals from outside the campus community, trespassers, enter.
Fine says if his new law passes, no student would be required to take a gun safety course or carry a firearm. But he says it's time for gun bans at colleges to end. Esther Bauer, Fox 35 News.
The half-brother of Osama bin Laden used to live in West Orange County, and his former house is being torn apart. Wait until you hear who else lived inside. And he may be the GOAT on the field, but does Tom Brady need to go back to school? Why fans are upset with Tom's handwriting. And our night lights take us to downtown Orlando. Look how gorgeous that view is there. No place like it. Thanks so much for hanging with us tonight on the Late News at 11. Don't go too far. We'll be right back.